Skylark, 1966 Skylark. One of the tuned cars from Buick.
In this video, we're going to take a look at every part of the revolutionary Buick Skylark, a car that changed the way we thought about American muscle cars. It began in 1953 and was manufactured in 8 separate production runs over the years. The name of the car was inspired by the skylark bird species. This is the history of the Buick Skylark. The first production run for the Buick Skylark began in 1953. It commemorated Buick's 50th anniversary. Roadmaster Skylark was first. This two-door convertible had a 5.3-liter nail-head V8 engine. The new things featured in the Skylark at the time, which were different from the rest of the models of the cars being produced, included an array of optional extras, which included things like the power windows, full carpeting, power brakes, and a Selectronic AM radio set. The year 1954 saw the cancellation of the model resulting from poor sales figures and higher pricing. The Skylark came back to life in 1961 when Buick made the Buick Special Skylark. This came in many different body styles, including a 2-door convertible, 2-door hardtop, 2-door coupe, and 4-door station wagon. The 1961 through 1963 models came standard with a 3.2-liter V6 and could be also bought with a 3.5-liter V8. The 1963 model was discontinued to introduce the new variant of the car named the First Generation Skylark. The new 1964 model of the Skylark came with a 115-inch wheelbase. With the introduction of the first generation of the Skylark, the aluminum block V8 was discontinued and the Rover V8 was introduced. It also used an intermediate-sized chassis, which it shared with the Oldsmobile F85, Pontiac Tempest, and the Chevy Chevelle. A Grant Sports variant was made available in the year 1965, which was offered as a hardtop, coupe, or convertible. Further variants were introduced through the years, abiding by the newer laws and legislation being introduced. The 1967 model showed the dual-circuit hydraulic brakes, 4-way hazard flashers, softer interior surfaces, shoulder belt mountings, and many more rule-compliant features. The second-generation Skylark, which came out in 1968, was either a 2-door hardtop coupe or a 4-door sedan with a wheelbase of 112 or 116 inches. This generation's basic engine was a 4.1-liter Chevy inline-6 with 115 horsepower at 4,200 RPM. The Special Grand Sport package, which used to be an option, was turned into a standard and separate series with a 6.6-liter V8 engine that made 340 horsepower and a 2-door Skylark body and chassis. In 1971, the inline-6 engine's output was capped at 145 horsepower. The Skylark 350 was a version available during this time as well. It was offered as a 2-door hardtop or 4-door coupe and got its name from the 350 cubic-inch V8 engine it used. The Skylark 350 featured a modest 230 horsepower in order to meet emissions standards.
If all the good small cars that you've heard about were lined up end to end, there's one you might have missed. Buick small car. The Apollo. The Buick of small cars.
For the third generation, Buick started production of the Buick Apollo in 1973. After many years of restyling and modifications, in the year 1975, the 2-door hatchback sedan and the 2-door sedan were renamed Skylark, whereas the 4-door sedans remained Apollo. Initially, the Skylark had the 3.8-liter V8 engines, in which were then replaced by the 4.3-liter V8 engines, which were also discontinued in the year 1976. For a short period of time in 1977 and 1981, Buick Skylarks were also assembled in Iran. These were equipped with a 5.7-liter engine and were fully equipped with top specs, such as power windows. These cars were based on the X-Body platform from General Motors.
1980. A new decade. A new beginning. And a front-wheel drive Skylark that pulls you away from the ordinary.
The X-Body platform was used in the fourth generation of the Skylarks, which had new 2.8-liter V6 engines made just for the X cars. The fourth generation was available as a two-door or four-door sedan with the base, sport, or limited trim levels. The two-barrel Rochester carburetors were put back on the Skylark, which helped it make 115 horsepower at 4,800 RPM. The fourth generation Skylark came with a 4-speed manual transmission as standard, along with a 3-speed automatic transmission as an optional extra.
Hold it! Before you buy that Honda Accord, you should take another look at Buick. Buick Skylark. Take another look, take another look, take another look at Buick!
The fifth generation Skylark's engine was a 3.0-liter multi-port fuel-injected Buick V6 that generated 125 horsepower at 4,900 RPM. Although various trim levels and special editions of the Skylark were released, minor mechanical tweaks and an available 3.3-liter V6 powered this version of the Skylark until 1991.
It's not that we're out to burst any balloons here, but the 1992 Buick Skylark comes with something as standard equipment that's optional on practically every import in Skylark's class.
The sixth generation of the Skylark showed significant changes in the styling and the aerodynamics of the car, with the new pointed grille. The base engine provided with the car was a 2.3-liter quad OHC that gave out 160 horsepower, which was coupled with a 3-speed automatic gearbox. The sixth generation Buick Skylark was the final model of the Buick Skylark line, which had been updated throughout the years to provide cars that were very exciting and entertaining to drive. The production of the Skylark ended on December 4th, 1997. Well, there you have it, the history of the Buick Skylark. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell for future Boca Brother videos. This is Danny B of the Boca Brothers. Thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one.